Hello, 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 and welcome back to another ETIKA Raider stream. So, today, we'll be, remembering ETIKA, and, for those in the know, if you know, you know. If it weren't for ETIKA, this stream wouldn't, I wouldn't have this account, so, he indirectly changed the course of things for me. Very cool dude. Is no longer with us due to very sad circumstances. But just want to be able to stream and remember him today, so we'll be sort of building and chatting as we go. I would have my PNG tuber model, but it's sort of acting weird, and I don't want anyone to think there might be mockery or anything. The severeness and the seriousness of what happened. So I'm just sort of streaming today. We're going to keep on building. I mean, technically this pyramid is a memorial to ETIKA. Just sort of a anti-suicide thing in general. You know, choose something that's really difficult. You know, life is difficult, and so it's sort of representative of that. Not using hacks, and you know, life isn't easy, and you know, everyone has bad days, and you got to push through it, and you know, so that's going on. What's going on with that? Hope you all are having a nice Wednesday wherever you may be in the world. I had a decent sleep. Just sort of, you know, of course it's a pretty somber day, but I don't know. You always got to remember, you know, everyone who wakes up in the morning, there's a subset of human beings that didn't wake up, you know, so if you wake up, you're already lucky, so everything's relative. And practicing gratitude is important, and yeah. So let's see. That's one thing I should do. Get my chat set up here. Let's see. And a little bit of electrolytes to look forward here. So I'll open that little packet, get that dissolving so I can get some enjoyment out of it. But yeah, how have you all been, chat? The schedule has been spotty, as usual, but we're here now, so that's what's important. This electrolyte mix is so dusty. Yeah, with my PNG model, the fan was so loud that it's like making the model only have the mouth open thing, because the interference from the fan is registering on the mic, so you know, I didn't think the troll face might be, I didn't want it to undermine the serious tone of today's stream. Well, let's see. So, as ideas come to me, I would just sort of do my usual free-form chit-chat. And if anyone shows up, we'll sort of chat with them. See. Also posted in the Joy-Con Boys Discord. They're dedicated specifically to remembering ETIKA, so who knows, but the option's there if they are interested. Let's see, what am I doing? Go down here. There's one thing we can do. We can do an obby check. Okay, so obby count is 768,671. Okay. Slowly but surely, chat. Actually, this will be way more complete than the last time you all have seen it. Been playing a lot offline. Let's see. So I didn't get super into ETIKA's content until after he passed. I had watched a little bit of his content before. Let's see. Well, how I discovered him or found his content was his reaction over the iDubbbz Rice Gum diss track, and I don't know, he was just so vibrant and full of life, really incredible, very talented entertainer, and just had this infectious love for life. Just, I don't know, you just felt better watching his content, and so he's also very funny too. I had a very, very good sense of humor, very quick-witted. And all streamers, to some degree, streamers have to deal with, trolls or whatever in chat, and I don't know, he did, handled it all pretty well. We'll see how my schedule goes today. But if there was ever going to be sort of a super duper long episode of one of my Etikin Raider streams, this would certainly be appropriate. We'll see how my computer goes. I think my computer is going to be the biggest limiting factor, but we'll see if I can make it work. Plus 2, if I don't have my PNG tuber program running, that'll be easier for the computer. It's one less thing for it to worry about, so that helps. Got good internet, good electricity, good kilobits per second upload speed, so that's pretty hot. Pretty good day, chat. Sunny where I am, 79 degrees out. Supposedly, and for any YouTube or VOD viewers, this is June 19th, 2024. And yeah, for those who don't know, yes, it's the reason why I'm called the ETIKA Raider. I made a Minecraft Anarchy group, which was pretty much just me. Cousin Jim to shoot the transformer and blow it up when I do anything on the internet. Huh? What, Top Hat Jack? What does that mean? Oh, you mean like the electricity comment that I had? Maybe that's what you're aiming for. I'm slow on the uptake here, but good to see you, Top Hat. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well today. I don't know if you're a consumer of ETIKA's content, but that's sort of the impetus for today, just sort of remembering ETIKA. Trying to catch one of these streams, so glad you're able to stop by. Yeah, Copperator and El Cayman come in here periodically. We have a few people that stop by every so often, so it's good to see you. But yeah, in case you're not up and haven't seen the stream before, well, yeah, this is first time chatter. Oh, okay, ETIKA, so that's why I'm called the ETIKA Raider. I named it after ETIKA. He was a streamer on YouTube and Twitch. I don't know if he streamed specifically to YouTube. It might not. YouTube may have not have had streaming at that point. But he passed away due to suicide back in June. Well, the official passing date, I believe, is June 19th, 2019. And but where I found him was on he was doing a reaction to the iDubbbz Rice Gum diss track, and yeah, no, he was a cool dude. There's a lot of his content archived on YouTube, if you're ever curious. His fan base was known as the Joy-Con Boys, named after the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. And yeah, no, he was a cool dude. God, Rice Gum, why you have to remind me of his existence? I don't even know if Rice Gum is making content. I don't know. I haven't, that is old lore. I think that might be, what, 2018? Yeah, I'll have to check in on Rice Gum at some point, see what he's up to currently. I bet the YouTube adpocalypse probably hit him pretty hard, but I don't know though. You just call 2018 old lore? Well, I mean, an internet time period it is, 5 years ago. All depends, like, for younger people, 5 years is a lot. You know, if someone's like 5 years old, getting to 10, it's like half their life. It's all relative. I think entertainment or internet tends to have a faster turnaround time, so eras and yeah, I mean, I consider like old internet is like before YouTube, so like shit was wild with how YouTube just sort of centralizes pretty much all content, other than the more niche things like Rumble, or I don't even know what else. I guess what technically Kick or something. I don't know. Well, I guess Vimeo, but I haven't heard of anyone actively posting on Vimeo. I don't know shit about Vimeo. I remember watching, before 2014, I remember watching Tobuscus and Markiplier in 2012. Some good shit. Didn't get to experience pre-YouTube internet. Closest thing was me finding ancient forums from the early 2000s ever now and again. Ah, fair enough. Okay. Well, I was born in 1994, so turning 30 this year. And yeah, no, early internet. I'm trying to think, because there wasn't just like this centralized place to find videos. So I remember like super duper, you want to talk about OG YouTubers that kind of went quasi-viral, would be Brookers. Oh my god, when you look at the content, I don't even know if her channel still exists. But it was just this really odd content. It was before YouTube just got hyper algorithmed and just monetized to ever-living hell. Maybe that age, I turned myself turned 127 this year. Yeah. Yeah. Early internet was fucking weird. I remember, like in 2000, might be 1999, before the turn of the millennium. I remember watching Britney Spears. Fuck, what was it? It's not Hit Me Baby One More Time. What was it? It was the Oops, I Did It Again, where she had like the red latex suit and shit, and then like NSYNC was popular. Yeah, no, that was my shit as a child. I watched the, let's see, got on the internet around, 09, 011. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, real super early Minecraft time period. Alpha. I had interest in Minecraft, but I didn't get an opportunity to play until 2017. When I had my college laptop and I was like, fuck it, I'm going out to GameStop and I'm getting a Minecraft card. That's how I got my account. Before the Microsoft acquisition. So my super original account no longer technically exists. I got gifted this one from a friend. Honestly, the only internet experience other than YouTube was my first time on Discord when Jack's stream persuaded me to do. That was June 2021-ish. Ah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I was, I only got it so they would shut up and stop bugging me about it. Fair enough. Yeah, the same friend that got my Steam account set up helped me make a Discord account back in 2016. So yeah, I was homeschooled, so I had to catch up on a bunch of internet shit. Plus, I didn't have like I had access to my parents' computers, but I didn't have well, you want to talk about old lore. I can tell you about the time I revived a 2002 laptop. So I have like no computer science background, and for an idea of how crazy this shit was, it was still on Windows 2000 was the operating system. So first played Minecraft Christmas of 2011. That's pretty cool. But yeah, my old laptop, my dad had taken it from his workplace, and I believe didn't know the password. So when I first booted it up was in 2010. And how I guessed the password is it was the company password on the mouse pad. And so I hacker-mansed my way in just by putting in the company name, and that was the password. And it was a massive relic. It had like MSN from early 2000s, and since it was hadn't been updated, it had ads from that time period too, which was fucking wild. And I would just sort of piddle around on that laptop, play some games or something, but I wasn't trying to get internet connectivity set up. So around 2012 hits, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I want real internet connectivity. So I go through the process of jerry-rigging Mozilla Firefox onto it. And that was a task because the most updated versions of Mozilla at the time required Windows XP. And so there was this, I was basically trying to put a rocket engine on an Amish buggy, basically. But what was funny was you could gaslight this app into believing that your Windows 2000 was actually Microsoft XP, and then it would work. So I gaslit the program into turning the rocket engine into a horse shape, and then it worked fine on the buggy. Yeah, I don't know how to code or anything. I was just sort of, I don't know, fucking around, and it was all I had, so I just made things work. And it ended up operating for 3 years after that. And the limiting factor became the player that it had was QuickTime instead of Flash. So what ended up killing it, eventually it blue screened and just doesn't function anymore. But the limiting factor became it couldn't play any YouTube videos because the player was the limiting factor. So I got progressively less utility out of it until it blue screened in 2015. But I got a good solid 5 years out of it. Barely out of computer illiteracy myself. Yeah, I'm catching up a little bit. I finally made with doing this streaming account. I bit the bullet and I made a Twitter, official Twitter for it and shit like that. Yeah, social media, I don't really fuck with it too much. I definitely don't have like a TikTok or anything. I think that's just like spyware. Plus, it's definitely has a lot of brain rot to it. I've got my fair share of brain rot already. Just building multi-million block structures. Besides Discord and YouTube. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. The doom scrolling is real. Have you heard of that one, Top Hat? what the concept of doom scrolling is. Can fill you in if you're unfamiliar. Yeah, okay, cool. So you're on top of things. Yeah, the doom scrolling is real. Actually, Top Hat, do you want a tour of the base? I don't know if you've seen the... I know perhaps you've seen it on Jack's tours, but... Can give you the inside scoop if you have any curiosity of what's around. Very cool. Yeah, the zoomer lingo is something else, I tell you what. So this is just roofs. yeah, it is just the base of roofs. But yeah, this structure in particular, oddly enough, this was built, so the lime up to the top here, this was built from February 2nd to February 10th. I built this in 8 days. So that was crazy. This, what would this be? This hexagonal pyramid has 45,000 blocks across the different colors. There we go. Threaded the needle here. Thanks. Glad you like it. This is sort of like the lava generator that's made to look kind of like a nuclear reactor. This is the vibes I was going for with it. In case like obby gets totally unavailable, I can start manually farming obby. Oh, Top Hat, were you there for Map Art Gate with Jack when he first toured my base? Do you know that piece of lore? Okay, so the first time Jack ever toured here, I only had like one NSFW map art, and you know, as you can see, it's a rather substantial base. And so Jack flew over here, and I have a Minecraft little church, a default like villager church that I covered in obby, just replaced the blocks so it'd be more durable. And so he goes right in here, and he's like, "Oh, this is great," and I'm like, "Oh shit!" And then he turns around, and at the time there was a inappropriate map art, and so. Then it was so unfortunate because I frankly forgot about it, and so he had to end his stream because he got Lana Rhodes titty jump scared in Minecraft. I had to apologize to him. I was like, dude, I never would have guessed in a million fucking years you would have found that. But yeah, no, I was sweating bullets as he was flying closer. This is also, so this building is my granddad's home, back when it existed. This building no longer exists. I believe it got condemned and destroyed shortly after 2020, but it was built in 1922. And yeah, this is built from memory. Lived in here when I was a child / teenager, off and on. This is a cat jungle gym that's in progress. This was sort of the cat room. I had about 6 cats at the high point. This was my room as a kid. Sort of a improvised bed. And my coat closet. And study here. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah. It was a really fun project to try to recreate real life architecture in Minecraft. It was pretty satisfying. And working within the constraints of what's possible in Minecraft. Oh, no kidding. Well, happy birthday to her. That's awesome. Wow, so she was born in 1934. Impressive. Jack was sort of confused on this. What this is a dumbwaiter. So a dumbwaiter was like a tiny elevator for just like utility items. It wasn't like a person could be in here. It was just like, because the kitchen was downstairs, and so when oh gosh, it would have been my great-grandmother, her husband, my great-grandfather, was an architect, so that's why this place was made, and it had multiple additions. That's why this was because they would build stuff and then needed more space, because it was like a rooming house. So that's how they had revenue on, because my grandmother or great-grandmother was running the rooming house portion, and then the granddad was doing architect drafting and shit like that. And so originally this was the outside part of the building. Or no, actually, in here was the outside. So that's why there was this window here. And so he then, at the his wife's request, started adding additions to it. Ooh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's neat to see what architects and carpenters can accomplish. This was my grandfather's painting room. He had like an easel here. I guess technically it should be a little further. I almost wish there was like vertical half slabs of the bookcases, because that would be more lore accurate. Because when you would go through this room, it wasn't like blockading the view. It's more like recessed in the wall. Oh shit, I needed to, did I? I'll have to add another one of those at some point. Like using this as the fridge. Yeah. Yeah, it was built in, I want to say 1922. Yeah. Yeah, it was like 98 years old by the time it got destroyed. It pissed me off so much because it almost made it to the 100-year mark. But family had problems, so it got messed up. Oh shit. Oh no, this must be a lightning strike did this. Oh shit. How weird. But yeah, this was a tremendous oak tree. And I'd like to, at some point, get this built up, but that was always such a nice part. And this was a pretty impressive garden my family did at one point. It was around 2008 when we were actively doing the garden. I should show you the basement too. The basement was sort of... Basement always freaked me out as a kid. Kind of spooky. It's unfinished. I still need to get some things going here, but let me see what you got here. I myself have an old picture of my great-grandfather in his old age, standing in front of the house he grew up in. The photo was taken in the late 60s, if I'm correct. For reference, he was the firstborn kid and came in 1884. So that house was built a year or two early. Wow. Earlier. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's astonishing what people can accomplish. Yeah, I know there's like 1800s log cabins and stuff, and of course they're being, upkept by like historical societies and such that are still standing. I don't know. Yeah, might be a worthwhile little side quest for you to do. See if you can find that. That'd be cool. Guess I could fly to the top of the pyramid. Show you that. I am grateful that my town has a good genealogy and historical society. As a genealogy and local history nerd, that helps. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, where I am, there's a river origin point, and I've been trying to figure out. I don't want to dox myself, but basically figuring out when the town was established, and then trying to see if I can find some Native American lore from before it was established, because I found some wild shit in my exploration of the woods. I don't know how old the horseshoes were. Probably modern, because I know there's horse people around. People that equestrian, like, keep horses, not like fucking centaurs. But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun just finding all this weird shit around. Reference, about 3/4 of my family is from around here and have been here for a long time. Oh, that's cool. Some deep roots. That's awesome. Armored beacon. Get some Omni. I do have all these green boxes on me. I can place some sea lanterns for a while. Mainly study my family history and the age of photography, or earliest where they first came to America. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's amazing how people's stories are all different. No story's identical. mom's heavily into genealogy. I always have trouble remembering things. I always want to make sure that all that stuff's preserved, you know. But I'm glad we don't have like oral, like we don't have to exclusively rely on oral history anymore. Because I would suck at that if I had to try to remember all these stories. Oh my god. Yeah, she has like a genealogy website. And holy fuck. It gets complicated quickly. Pretty good at remembering names and dates myself, or at least I identify who all are in the old pictures. That's cool. Yeah, my freaky ability, I tend to suck at remembering names, but I can remember faces pretty decently. One of the games I would play as a child would be recognizing actors from movies and placing where they were from other movies. That was like a fun little mini game that I would do. That I found very entertaining. Get some electrolyte sip here. Do have it lucky since a good chunk of my ancestors' graves were within 10 minutes of my house. That's yeah. We have something similar to that. Yeah. My mom was a really good about finding graves. I talk about spooky lore. One of my on my dad's side, there's a lot of family out of upstate New York, and so in 2005. We were going up to this cemetery to try to find a relative on his side. And of course, I've never been to this area. And so they were like, see if you can find it. And so I just sort of started walking with my eyes closed, or, you know, just sort of feeling it out. And yeah, I ended up finding her grave. And it was a pretty big cemetery, too. So that was sort of spooky. But yeah, I was able to find her grave. So that was wild. Oh, wow. Interesting. Yeah, no. Where I am, I'm technically, well, the spooky woods that I am a part of are technically part of the Appalachian Mountain Range. Do you say Appalachia or Appalachian? Probably Appalachia down in Tennessee. I guess it varies. It's not exclusively in Tennessee. It could be all over the place. Where I'm from, it's Appalachia, but I know that's not lore accurate down in Tennessee. banjo player in Appalachia. Yeah, Appalachia. Yeah. Well, I have to bend your ear because I'm looking for Appalachia spooky lore, specifically woods related shit, because I know Tennessee has a fuck ton of activity. So if you have any family stories or such about weird paranormal activity, yeah, hit me up. I eat all that up. Yeah, my family has a long history of dealing with weird shit. One of my friends that I run D&D for, she let me know that she grew up in Tennessee. Her grandmother, they had a printing press. So apparently, one thing that you need, like absolutely need to clean a printing press, ink, is hardcore alcohol. So apparently, if being press, the family just produced grain alcohol. Have any spooky stories in the family, but I know the Appalachian feral people. Ooh, I'd love to hear about the feral people. I haven't heard about that. Oh yeah, I'm down the rabbit hole where there's a guy online. If you ever need a really cool channel to watch, if you do videos about it, okay. So there's like what I consider the normie Bigfoot discussions, where they're like, oh, it's a stream is lagging pretty hard. Try refreshing. Let me check on my phone. I'll see if it's also screwing up on my end. I know my friend had lag issues the other time, and when he refreshed it, made it better. Let me see. Bring Twitch up on my end. I did that, fixed it for now. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, fair enough. So you have the what I would consider as the normie Bigfoot people that are like, oh, it's just a Gigantopithecus, which is like a really fucking old gorilla or some shit. And they're like, oh, Bigfoot is an intelligence, and then intelligent. The genre that I subscribe to is the weird paranormal side, and there's a dude up in Canada who compiles people's stories that they send in to him, and that's his entire channel, is just reading testaments from people with their activity or things they've experienced. And let's see, the Bigfoot channel I watch is, do have one scary photo of my grandfather, his younger twin brothers, and their parents, but you can see one of their cousins making a scary face. Oh, that's cool. There we go. How to Hunt by Steve Isdall. Or, wait, I'm sorry about that. I misspelled it. How to Hunt. How to Hunt. There we go. I'll DM it to you. Oh, shit. Awesome. Okay. And that one goes into the weird, like, quasi-supernatural crazy shit they can do. And I have experienced what I would describe as a psychic scream outside my home. And for some context, I consider myself relatively sane. I don't think I have, hallucinations. But yeah, no, last year I was sitting right where I am seated now. And yeah, no, it was like, I don't know if you play D&D at all, Top Hat, but there's a really powerful spell in D&D called Psychic Scream. And dude, I swear to God, this was just like that, where the scream mentally was so intense that the first thing that was weird is I turned my face towards it, and it was looking at a wall, but I just knew the location of where this thing was, and it was like in my driveway. And dude, I shit you not, I have never experienced more intense fear in my life. It was like, there's the fight or flight. I've experienced some of that, but this was like advanced fight or flight, where it was like, I got the, I went to arms and then went downstairs to guard my mom. Like, it was like, no thought, protect mom. It was incredible, because it like totally short-circuited any logic within the brain. It was crazy. And I've never experienced a fear similar to that before. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Honestly hope I never experience it again. It sucked. It was like you could feel your blood pumping in your head. Like, it was crazy. It was a massive adrenaline dump. Like, it was. See. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the crazy thing with these things, is some people have supposedly killed them. I don't know, but a lot of people have attempted to shoot them, and there's like no, like, some of them just shake off like slugs even. So there's when you dip into the spiritual aspect of it, like, there's like virtually all the Native American or First Nations, virtually like fucking all of them have stories of it. Like, they consider it as like another tribe. It was like the mountain people. And that's it opens a massive rabbit hole. Now, I've never got into the whole supernatural dimension hopping story of Bigfoot. Well, I got a story for you. And I won't say who it is, but it is someone from the fifth column. They were taking a shit next to a tree and had a massive hand reach for them, like reach on their back or something, and they had the pistol out and started shooting behind them. So, and what's weird about that one is, another spell that's in D&D is Tree Stride, where like druids and shit will can like walk into a tree and then teleport to next to another tree, basically. So they're like traveling through maybe the root system or some shit. But yeah, no, this tree that this guy was seated in front of, he said it was like the arm came out of the tree, was how he described it. And that is another really big rabbit hole, is the missing 411. Let's see. Here we go. Can-Am Missing Project. Can-Am Missing Project from David Politis. I believe it's a Greek name. I'm probably Politis. And when you look at how many people disappear a year, and it's a lot of them, it's usually survival-oriented people. Let's see. I knew there were a few ghost stories of the Bitmore Estate, which is near me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar. Haven't heard of that one. Yeah, no, like, there's... Have you ever heard of, like, disappearing object phenomena, Top Hat? My family's had a fuck ton of that. Yeah, no, like, I still have objects missing. Commonly known for being the world's largest home in the U.S. and built by the Vanderbilts. Oh, okay. That's crazy. Yeah, it spontaneously, things disappear or appear or apparate in front of you. I've had I had a cell phone, like, it pissed my parents off because I had my cell phone, like, got it in 2010. It was a BlackBerry Bold for those interested. And yeah, one day my cell phone just fucking disappeared. And of course my parents were pissed because, oh, how could you lose a cell phone? And I'm like, I didn't. It's just fucking gone. And let me tell you, we had a 96 Ford Explorer from my granddad, and every week I would have one of my chores was I would have to go out and vacuum this entire car or truck for, top to bottom, in between the seats, all this other shit. And so it's 2010, so I don't know, probably 2012 to maybe 2013 or 14, this phone was missing. And left some dropped coal, good catch. True. Let's see. So, the phone was missing, and for well over a year I had been performing chores on this car to vacuum it. So I was checking the seat belts and all that shit, and of course there was nothing there. So one day I go out, and Mom and all of us are, gonna go, and I'm in the passenger seat, and I go to click my seatbelt, and the fucking phone is there. And I didn't touch it. I was like, hey Mom, look at this shit. And yeah, it was the BlackBerry Bold that had been missing for like fucking years. And it just was there. So yeah, I've had really extreme shit. I've had items returned that were a similar item, but not my item. I don't know, did you ever play Pokemon Emerald or anything, Top Hat, by any chance? So this is a really weird one, because this is a similar object, but it wasn't mine. Never got into Pokemon. Okay, fair enough. Well, Pokemon Emerald came out in 2005, and one of my most cherished items was a Game Boy Advance SP, which was I wasn't allowed to have video games until I learned how to read. And so I didn't learn how to read proficiently until I turned 9. And I would have been old enough to have like a Game Boy Color and all that shit in the 90s, but I just wasn't allowed to have video games. So when disciplinary action would happen in my home, the go-to on Mom's would be to destroy whatever your most cherished item is. And so in 2007, one of those pieces of wrath was put towards my Game Boy. So my Game Boy Advance SP happened to have my Emerald cartridge in it. And she took it outside to the back step with a sledgehammer and destroyed it. And then took all the pieces into the trash bag and then drove it to the dump. So I couldn't even salvage any of my shit. And as you can imagine, that, really fucked me up, because I autistic as shit and loved that game. So I had a disproportionate attachment to it. So I had my other cartridges. I had a little Charizard Game Boy Advance cartridge holder that I was super treasured. And so fast forward 11 years, 2018, I finally find a pair of Game Boy Advances. And at this point, just got a whooping on the rare times where I did anything bad. That method of punishment sounds like a waste of money to me. Yeah. I mean, I was sort of addicted to it, so there is sort of... there were whoopings too. But, anywho, I found a pair of Game Boy Advances that were like $25 each. So I bought two so I could trade with myself. And so I go back to where my cartridges were, And dude, I shit you not, I open it, and there is a fucking Pokemon Emerald cartridge. And as you can imagine, I was like, what in the fuck is this? Because my cartridge was destroyed in 2007. So, I boot up this cartridge. That was the other thing too, the foiling on the front of the cartridge was scratched off, and I was like, immediately, this isn't mine. So I booted up, and whenever I would play Pokemon, I would play as a male character, because it's just what I am. Well, this cartridge, had a female protagonist, which I never did in any of my cartridges, because I was a little misogynistic shit growing up. And the name of the save file was Kat, K-A-T. And I went in there, and yeah, it was a completely different fucking cartridge. I remember when I was young, I remember seeing the times when my brother and cousins would make my grandpa mad. He would proceed to chase them in the backyard with either a fishing rod or a yardstick. Yep, I've had the yardstick. Yardstick not fun. Yep. Spankings with a yardstick are a real bitch. Yep. But yeah, no, I've had, I have a Emerald cartridge, but it sure as shit ain't my Emerald cartridge. And that was the other thing too, the playtime on the cartridge was like 300 plus hours. No. Well, that's the thing, is I, because of this trauma, never had these cartridges near mom or anybody. It was just me. And yeah, I didn't really have friends or people that would be close enough. I have like acquaintances, but I don't have like people that come over to my house. And so yeah, no, there was just one day, and it was after I had bought the 2 Game Boys, and I was like, oh well, I can play my shit again. And yeah, no, there was just an Emerald cartridge there, and it was like, what the fuck is this? No, I haven't found an explanation for that one, but that's one of the weird things with disappearing object phenomena is people have experienced one item is taken away and it's like replaced with something similar but different, and that is the one example I have of that phenomena. And I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm getting like goosebumps just talking about it because it's just so fucking weird. But yeah. Yeah, I don't have an explanation for that one. I still play it too. And I've never reset the cartridge just because of how unique it is. And I've always wondered, who the fuck is Kat? And obviously there might be missing their cartridge. I did, yeah. She doesn't, as you can imagine, she doesn't know where any of those fucking cartridge or Game Boys are. But yeah, no, she's weirded out by it too. And she's like, mom's in her 70s. She's not like going to fucking video game stores to buy a replacement Emerald cartridge. I think they'd be relatively expensive now too, since they're out of production. But yeah, it had like 300 hours of playtime, and she hadn't completed the game. That was the other thing that was really odd. She had a massively long save file, but hadn't finished the game. So that was odd. So I've always, I've put on my little Sherlock Holmes hat of like, who the fuck is this? And where did this come from? So yeah, that's my paranormal relation with video games. Speaking of photographs, the current weird shit that I've been dealing with in the woods near me is a spontaneously produced wooden structure that no one knows how it's built. Top Hat, did you happen to be a Boy Scout or anything by any chance? Because all the Boy Scout or Eagle Scouts that I've shown this structure to are freaked the fuck out because it's just like so inefficient with how this thing's built. So yeah, like when you build like a sane bushcraft structure, like if you're trying to make a tent inside, you make like a fucking A-frame. Like you take a long stick, another long stick, and you tie them together, and you make a triangle in the ground, and you make something sane. Well, this thing, I'll have to DM you the photos. I swear to God, like, this thing is made of sticks that are, like, sideways and are all meticulously tied together with, like, gardening twine. And all of the neighbors are freaked the fuck out about it, have never seen who is actively building it. And, the other thing that's odd about it is it has objects stolen from recycling bins, which to me is sort of an indicator that whoever is building this might not be able to go to civilized areas, and that might be why the objects are novel to whoever is building it. It's also located around what might be a negative energy portal, because I've had a lot of phenomena happen there. But yeah, no, and all of the neighbors are like, because they asked me, did you build this? I'm like, nope. No, the fuck I did not. And yeah, they call it the shaman cabin. Yeah, no, it is spooky as shit. Double pop bomb! Double pop bomb! Oh my god, double pop bomb! I'll be right back. Top Hat, I need to go use the restroom. I'll see. I'll mute myself and I'll be back shortly. Alrighty, now I'm back. Let's see what you got here, Top Hat. There's a story of when I was real young. Me, my mom, and sister were playing like hide and seek or something. I found my mom and apparently said I saw her mom. My mom's mom died before I was born, and I'd never seen a picture of her at the time. And she was thinking I was full of it, asked me to describe her, and I described her appearance perfectly. I do somewhat remember this. I was probably 4 around there for reference. Yeah, no. As a kid, I had some similar activity like that. I mean, not specifically like that, but I had some stuff where I knew things that I shouldn't have known as a child. So that's, yeah. My mom said it was like, once I turned like 5, a sort of veil fell where I couldn't remember things anymore. No, it's wild you experienced that. What kind of music am I into? Like a bunch of different things. I like, grew up listening to a lot of nu metal, so like Korn or Limp Bizkit, stuff like that. Once I started doing ballet, I started to appreciate classical music more. I guess those. I guess I like funk, the like meme music now. Came out a couple of years ago. A lot of stuff like that. I like techno music. That's all I got off the top of my head, but there are like tiny sliver of country. I, for the most part, don't like country, but I do like Johnny Cash and Dolly Parton, shit like that. How about you, Top Hat? I think, if I remember correctly, I think you're a big Frank Sinatra fan. Pretty much everyone knows. I also like extreme metal. I also like early country and Appalachian folk music, which is pretty much pre-bluegrass. I do fuck with bluegrass. I like bluegrass. My granddad, I haven't listened to it recently, but yeah, I like the, so they seem to do a lot of wild technique stuff when they're playing bluegrass that I enjoy. We should get in a voice chat. Yeah, true. Were you thinking now or some other time? Does that have to pop up Discord? If so. yeah, if you wanted to chat now, I could try to. I've never. Let's see. I don't know if the stream will be able to pick it up. I guess the only thing is just like nothing TOS worthy. But hopefully that should be fine. What the fuck? Okay, let me get. Let's do it now. See how it works. Okay, fair. You going to the Jack rooms, BC? I'm assuming. Do one on the server. Yeah, let's try Jack rooms. See how this works. I'm gonna do general. Hey.
Hey.
How's it going, Top Hat?
Okay.
Let me see.
I hear like double voices.
Oh well, that's because you're probably watching my stream.
Yeah. You want me to get off of it?
Yeah, no, your audio is fine on my end. I mean, you can, yeah, whatever is easier for you, or you could just mute my stream. That's another option.
Oh yeah, I want to do that. It's probably easy.
Okay.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the audio. It's just like it would pick up on yours, and then like 10 seconds later, pick up on the stream.
Okay. Yeah, there is a time delay on my stream to help prevent stream snipers.
Yeah. Alright, got it. And by the way, it is pronounced Appalachia.
Okay.
People
Okay.
get kicked out of town if you say it the wrong way. Jokingly, of course.
Right.
You get ran out of town.
Right. But yeah, no, like, dude, the woods where I am, bro. Actually, shit. Let me get you a photo because I gotta see your reaction. Because this wooden structure in the fucking woods is fucking weird. Let me see.
Any of those two other photos, the direct messages, if you haven't
Oh,
already seen them.
let me see. I think I have to. Let me pop into Discord. Pending. Incoming from request. Yes. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's actually funny. The little kid in the. That's.
Oh, when I first saw that, I was like, "What kind of Cthulhu creature is that?" Because I didn't know if it was like one of those illusions where like it.
Yeah, it's like the leaves or some shit. Yeah.
Face, it was like leaves or something.
Yeah.
But my grandma was like, "Yeah, that's one of their cousins."
Okay.
That's my great grandpa in front of his house.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is an awesome looking house, dude.
Yeah. He was the oldest of 9 kids that made it out of infancy.
Oh,
I think
wow.
there were 3 others, but they died like as babies.
Yeah, no, infant mortality is a bitch. Yeah.
God, yeah. That's what killed their mom.
Damn. Yeah.
He gave birth.
Complications or something.
And then their father accidentally shot himself, so they became orphans. But he was old enough to live on his own.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Yeah, no, that's...
And so he took the youngest living kid as his own after...
Yeah, no, that's...
After the mom died, it was their father and his mom were taking care of him. And she was in her 80s when the father died, so she had to give him up for adoption. He was too old to take care of them all.
Wow. Yeah, that's... I don't know, that's a lot. Let me see if I can...
Yeah, I have the... Let's see.
Oh, yeah. I'm debating whether to show you this. So you know how, like, 5 to 10-year-old trees don't just fucking appear? You know how that's a thing that doesn't happen?
What?
What if it happened?
What if what happened?
Spontaneously, like, I shit you not, like a real-life Minecraft chunk error. Let me see. I've had that happen. And I've had people age these trees, and they said it's, like, trees that are 5 to 10 years old. And, like, I go down my stairwell. Now, don't send this photo to anyone else because it could technically
I
fuck me
won't.
over. Let me.
Yeah, I
So
won't.
I'll message you on my other. So this is gonna be here. Take a look at this shit. So those fucking trees, that group of I haven't even counted them. The day before,
1, 2,
those
3, 4, 5.
those
6,
fucking trees
7.
weren't there. And next day, I go down my stairwell, look out my window, and there's just fucking trees there. Like Housemaster just did a real life fucking chunk error. Explain that one to me. Explain that one to me. So, yeah.
Did any it would make no sense if someone just moved it.
Well, when I saw it, I went outside and I went and got to a viewpoint where I could see the origin point to see if they were recently planted or some shit. Nope. They're rooted there. And this goes, okay, if we want to talk about the schizo shit, brother, I got some schizo shit for you.
That is pretty schizo.
Yeah, right?
I'd like, show me the random house thing.
Okay, yes. Let me get that to you because I was getting to where that was, and I got to the photo with the fucking trees. I'm like, okay, I gotta do the lore drop on the fucking trees. Yeah, I also made a meme about it where with the dog. This is fine. Where I was like, okay, I'm making memes about this. This is some fucking Call of Cthulhu bullshit. Okay, let me see. Alright, going up. And I have a lot of photos on this structure. At one point, it had when I showed it to my pagan friends, they were like, "Those are warded items. You shouldn't touch those." And I haven't. But it was like someone was like a witch or some shit was warding this fucking area, like we're in D&D or some shit.
Oh my.
Yeah, let me.
I would just thought it was some bum squatter.
Well, here's the thing, because I check it. There's no activity. There's I check, and this is what's real weird. It's forest floor on the inside of it. No shoe prints, and to me, you know what that fucking means? The ground is compacted from something fucking heavy. So do with that what you will. Still looking for the photos for you. Yeah, no, everyone I've shown this to, they're like, what the fuck? Especially
How big is that?
Oh, well, it incorporates trees into it. Vertical trees are being used as attachment points. I would say 20 feet inside. It's open air. Let me see. Still searching.
20 by 20?
It's thinner on the width than it is long. It's longer, so it's more rectangular-ish.
Okay, yeah.
To me, it could be it. And here's the other thing: I think whatever built it was feminine. There's very specific reasoning why I think that. One of the items that was weaved into the structure was a plastic flower, like an artificial flower, and I was like,
okay.
Dude, imagine if you were some fucking thing that lives in the woods and you have never been to a dollar store and you haven't fucking seen an artificial flower. How much of a mindfuck would an artificial flower be?
That's a good point.
Right?
I've never thought about that before. But yet I've never really thought about rando witch in the woods of wherever the hell you are. Random structure.
Yeah, take a look at this shit. Yeah, you show me. You tell me who the fuck built that.
That's
right.
That just looks like just a bunch of okay. That was not what I was expecting.
Isn't that fucking crazy? And it's real big. Is
there an entry point?
Yeah.
Is that on the other side?
Yeah, okay. It's like an open. Because I took a shit. Well, I first saw this. So last year, give you some context. And this is around the hot spot of the woods. Okay. There's layers to the schizo, all right? Here's one of the things. So this area has been a fucking hot spot for years. I started walking around this area in 2019. And I've seen owls during the day. Owls are
Okay.
fucking nocturnal. You know, there's shit
Yeah.
that you don't fucking
That's
see.
pretty rare to see an owl in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you rarely see owls anyway,
Right.
let alone in the day.
And this thing was hooting at me. Like, whenever, during that period, like, if I was within, like, 200 feet of this chunk of woodline, this fucking owl, regardless of time of day, would be hooting at me. Hmm? The other thing, so I ran this by my actual, like, friend with, like, literal schizophrenia, because I was like, dude, I need your input on this, because you would know. Like, so I was jogging one day. So, for context, my mom is in her 70s. She is not in the fucking woods. Also, this was like 2 miles away of where she was. So, I was running, had music in my earphones. I'm running, run. And I hear my name. So, people don't know my last. Well, yeah, people can know my first name. My first name is Will. And I hear. I won't scream because I can't even mimic the scream, but it was like a woman, like, dying, saying, wow! And it was my mom's voice. And it was coming from this fucking chunk of woods. And it was, it happened 4 times. And I had music in. And why the music in my ears was relevant, and I cross-referenced this with the schizophrenic dude, because I was like, hey, do auditory hallucinations happen if you're listening to music? If you already have shit in your ears, will shit happen? And in his case, now I know it can be different with different people, but in his case, he said, no, I haven't had that shit happen. So to me, and it was like, because it was the first thing, and you're like, what the fuck is happening? And as I was taking the earplugs out, it was a second will, and then it happened 4. And each one was subsequently more like the person is dying. And I'm like, and what was crazy, now I don't know if you're into energy healing or all this other shit, bro, it was like something was pulling, I swear to God, do you watch Naruto or anything?
No, I never got into anime.
Okay. So there is a big fight, and they get basically like the Grim Reaper, and the Grim Reaper is like fucking pulling this dude's soul out of his chest. I had like a physical, like something was energetically pulling me towards this forest. And as I, so I take the headphones out, turn to my right towards the forest, and I'm scanning the forest because I'm like, what in the fuck is that? Of course, as you're looking into the forest, you're not seeing shit. And it happens 2 more times. And what was crazy is it was, to me, tapping into like the fight or flight mechanism of this thing is trying to lure you into the forest. And
did you check if your phone was like full battery or anything? Because I know with like a lot of ghost or paranormal stuff like that, like they will mess with your battery.
I got one for you even better. And I think it's a contributing factor. So I don't remember what my phone's battery status was. But you know what I do know? Where I am, there is a shit ton of, I don't know if it's limestone. It might be limestone. And supposedly, that shit can hold energy. And things can draw off of it. So it's like there's natural batteries in the fucking ground, functionally, for paranormal shit. So it occurs to me, might not even need to fuck with my battery. Because they just got... And it's near a running water source. That's really, like, apparently a lot of fuck shit happens near water sources. And it's like an aquifer, so it's near the origin point. So as I'm in this moment, I'm like, okay, yeah, obviously my mom isn't in the fucking woods. I'm the only fucker out here. And it's interesting too. Everyone that's across from that wood line is selling their house. It makes you wonder, and you swear to God you just want to go and interview these people, but there's like no way to ask them, oh, hey, do you have any weird shit happen? Most people aren't going to be willing to discuss that shit. But yeah, I then called my mom because I was like, okay, this is some bullshit, and I kept my eyes on the wood line because I'm like, okay. Some shit's going on, but from a
You're referring to the wood line as the start of the woods or the structure?
The woodline. At the time, this structure didn't exist in the woodline. I'm giving you the background because the direction that this wooden structure was built, it's sort of where that voice came from, in that general direction. So that was roughly 2021, let's say, when the voice thing. So I called Mom and I was like, "Hey, stupid question. Are you in the fucking woods right now?" And she's like, "No." It's like, okay, good to know. I'll let you know what's going on when I get home. And so I just start fucking. I'm like, no, getting the fuck out of here. And I was moving, I wasn't like, I don't know how much you fucked with like Native American war with like Wendigo and like skinwalkers.
I know about it, but I'm not too versed on that.
Well, see, here's what's fucking weird. Because when and here's the thing. When you look into mythology, and this is the thing that's always fucked with me. Because virtually fucking everywhere, I don't care where you go on the planet, there are dragons in the mythology. There are vampires in the mythology. And you can't tell me that everyone's just smoking crack and spontaneously coming up with these same archetypes. To me, it's a sign that shit might be, it's not just fiction. Now, I don't know to what degree, there could be other shit going on, but you don't just have the same shit everywhere.
Maybe it's just how their mind works and how...
yeah, like...
neurology.
Yeah.
I don't study a lot.
Yeah, same. But, so when you look at, like... So skinwalkers are, like, southwest, because you're supposed to not actually fucking talk about it, which it's like taboo because you're like powering them up or some shit. I don't know. But
like that one is thing, if you look at its picture.
Right. It's just gonna immediately start sprinting to your location. But yeah, like so skinwalkers and then Wendigo is like a northeastern like Canada type shit. So it's like different sides, but skinwalkers were like shaman. So with the Navajo type side of shit, skinwalkers were basically evil shamans, and why they're called skinwalkers is supposedly basically like D&D druid wild shaping. If they had the pelt of something, they could assume that form, and what they would do is they would kill people, skin them, and then wear their skin like fucking Buffalo Bill, and then they could mimic things. And so the Wendigo up on the other side, it was supposedly how a Wendigo happens is a lot of it is, some people think it's like a cautionary tale against do your farming, have your shit together, or else in the winter everything's gonna suck, and then you start doing cannibalism. That was sort of the basic idea. But both, I believe, skinwalkers and Wendigos have this voice mimicry thing. But what I can't explain this is where it gets existential and a little mindfucky, if I'm not insane, which hopefully I'm not. I don't think I'm insane, but who the fuck knows? Right.
I mean, who's normal?
Right. Yeah. And whoever's given the test determines that shit. Yeah. But like the real mindfucky question is, how did that, if it was something mimicking, how did it know what my mom sounded like? And so that's where you're like, so this is where it goes. So I don't really, I'm not personally Catholic, but the one thing that I do sort of fuck with is I like watching Catholic exorcists, because sometimes they got some kick-ass lore on how they're dealing with shit. And supposedly delving into this, if you go into the Bible lore, now I don't know, because shit gets murky, because I know there's like the fall of Satan, all this other shit, but you got like supposedly demons were at one point angels, and the one commonality between angels and demons is they have, I don't even want to say it's quasi-omniscience, but that's why you can't like lie to a demon or an angel. Is they somehow have access to your memories. So that's where it's like gets a little. Okay, is that a sign of like demonic activity? Because there was 5 signs of demonic activity. Like if someone specifically is like possessed. When I was watching this one Exorcist, and one of them was like unnatural superhuman strength, speaking a language fluently that they don't know, having access to secrets that no one would know. And that's how they sort of fuck with people, is they're like, oh, well, remember when you were 5? And, tell you your most horrible memory or some shit. And then there was like 2 other things, and I can't quite remember them. But yeah,
have there been any like to decode the language that they spoke? Or is there anything that it's remotely related to?
Well, one of the signs, I think it depends, like, because supposedly when demons show up, like, just like there's different languages they can be speaking. It's like if I just spontaneously started speaking Greek fluently. Yeah, it's shit like that.
So it's not like some random unknown language.
No. Maybe. I think it's probably case by case on that type of shit.
Or it could be some randomly extinct language.
Yeah.
That we don't know about.
Right. Yeah, I mean, who the fuck knows? It might be motherfucker starts speaking clay tablet, like.
Big clay tablet. I know there's like a language I think it's located in Syria. It's very obscure, like it's practically extinct.
Yeah.
Like very ancient. And it's pretty much descended from the language that we estimate that like Jesus would have spoke.
Like something Aramaic adjacent, maybe?
Yeah, something like that. That interests me.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been...
Linguistics very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm more into like dialects and stuff.
Dialects, yeah, okay. Because I have Latin in my background. I'm learning Japanese. I was also fucking with like 7 other languages, but I needed space on my phone, so I was like, I don't know how much Duolingo is gonna load my phone down, so I was like, fuck it, we'll just focus on Japanese right now. But yeah, no, I'm doing pretty decently with that. The one thing that I suck at is French and then like Attic Greek. Because they have tonal, there's silent, there's like breathing marks. So like here's some Greek lore for you. Homer, who wrote the Iliad, there's no H in Greek. That is like an O with a breathing mark, where for them it was supposedly Homer. It was just an O with a exhale breath in front of it.
Right.
Yeah, that's how we get Homer. But yeah, like yeah, shit's been crazy, dude. Okay, so then we get to the structure. All right, now that you have the background lore.
Oh. Yeah.
Also,
if you ever go there again, I bring some kind of fun to protect yourself.
Oh, dude, I'm there all the time. Yeah, like there's not much to do where I go. The one thing I don't fuck with, I have not walked. Or go ahead. Sorry, I don't mean to talk over you.
Maybe it's the Appalachian Feral people, because you said you're technically in the mountain range, right?
I'm near it. Yeah, where I am, this chunk of woods could be connected to the mountain range. Yes.
Maybe it is just some random tribe of feral people. You never know.
Well, and if it is, they're stealthy as shit and might only be building at night. Because I was like, hey, because I sort of helmed the neighborhood watch on the Schizo hut, where I was like, hey, everybody, yo, what the fuck is this? And so, yeah, no one supposedly knows who built it or has seen any activity. And when you look at that, when I look at that, that took like, if I had to estimate how much fucking time that took to build, I want to say like 500 hours. Like, if I wanted to walk out in the woods and make that shit right now, I wouldn't be able to.
That thing's solid.
Yeah, it's solid as
There's
shit.
no cracks or anything I can see.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just
it's...
sticks.
Yeah. Well, and it's tied together sticks. You know, there's some sort of something. But here's the other thing. How's it tied together? It's like with, you know that green, like, gardening thread? Where it's kind of twine-ish? It's like that shit. Let's see. Okay, so... Because I had, like... I've actually lost friends because I sent, like, 45 photos. Not all at once, but... it was like it wasn't 45 separate attachments. It was like in one attachment. It was like that column of photos. And I think they were freaked the fuck out. So I've like...
You're like, yeah, that stuff interests me, so feel free to send that to me anytime.
Yeah, no, like, this is an active thing. Okay, so, we're jumping around a bit. We'll go to last year, but first I want to tell you about 2019. 2019 is when I wanted to go walking, and it was like September, and it was at night, and I had a flashlight. Now, there is multiple, like, physics, defying shit that happens. Where it's like, that's not how light works. And one of these things that took place was I was on the pathwards downwards, getting close to where this was, and I had my flashlight towards the wood line. And you know how, like, light shit up? Well, there was a chunk of area in that wood line that just did not light up as much as it should have. It was like fucking magic. It wasn't completely inky black, but the surrounding area was more lit up, and there was an area of dimness in the middle, like the light just couldn't penetrate it as much. So that's one layer of it's saying fuck you to light photons, which is like, that's not supposed to happen. No, this was at night. There shouldn't be like any vertical light or anything. It was like, but I remember being freaked out enough where I was like, I turned around because I was like, listen, if I can't see with my fucking flashlight, that ain't a good sign.
That's not a good idea.
Right. And
have you ever brought like the thing to make sure you don't die defenseless?
That's the thing. When you look into all these things, a lot of them, so like specifically like skinwalkers. I'll say if you're fucking stupid as shit and are trying to fight a skinwalker, they're fast as fuck. Arguably, you might not even be able to fucking hit them if you did bring something.
Like not even projectile, like a machete or something.
Yeah, I don't. At least the thing I've done is praying, and that one seems to help a bunch.
Okay.
What's the other thing? Okay, so then we get to last year. So, around October, I had like a family emergency where basically someone functionally took my mom. Not like a true abduction, but she just wanted to go with them, and she was in her car without gas, and it was freezing temperatures, and she's like 72, right? So not a great situation, and also she was like 14 miles away, because I would have fucking walked there to get her gas and get her the fuck home, but it was like super dangerous and also at night. So this situation happened to be like on a full moon. And so, just for some background, I'm afraid of the dark. I wouldn't say I'm like phobic, but I don't like the dark. I was so stressed out that when I get stressed out, I go for a walk. And I was like, listen, the other stress going on right now, fuck it, I'm walking at night. Now, the one thing I did not do, there's some sort of, and I can't explain it, I don't know if it's just superstition, I don't know what it is. But when I'm walking by this, there's a road and then there's a sudden woods. You know, it's a wood line. And for whatever reason, as I'm walking along this road, I'm like, the road is civilization. The wood line is not civilization. And for whatever the fuck reason, internally, my interpretation of is if I step into those fucking woods, I'm fucked. There's something about civilization that is having some quasi-warding effect.
Oh, yeah.
If nothing else, it's just like they don't like the asphalt on the ground. I don't fucking know. We're already in the weird territory. You know, we're in speculation mode here. So I go on this walk, and as a side note, I don't drink coffee. I don't, not on any drugs, not really drinking or anything. I was so stressed out from this situation with my mom that I could not sleep for 96 hours. And I tried to sleep. Like, I sat down and I was like, oh, I'm going to go sleep now. And I was just, never could get to sleep. So I was like, okay, fuck it. We're going to walk. So I go walking, and it's a full moon. It's a bad shit. Well, there's some sort of connection with the moon. And so why I'm mentioning the moon? The moon is full, so you have 100% illumination, right? So you go, and this was February, so the tree line, you could see into the tree line. And I have not done a night walk in the summer. Reason being, all the trees are fluffed out, and you can't see what's in there.
Okay.
At least when the trees are naked and you got the moonlight, if something's walking in the distance, theoretically they're skylined where you can see an outline, hopefully. So I was walking, had my walking stick, doing my prayers, and I call them faith walks, because as I'm walking, every step that you think, oh shit, something's going to happen, and it doesn't, you feel better, because you're like, oh well, I'm not fucking dead. So that's what you have to do when you're just bored as shit in the middle of nowhere. You have to go on faith walks with the creepy ass woods. So I come back, and day 2, Mom is back, but I was still messed up, and the situation resolved itself, but I was in this, just completely freaked the fuck out. So I went on subsequent walks later on. So night 2, we're just past the full moon, so we're starting to dip down a bit. It's, let's say, 93% illumination. Moon is still there. Okay. What if I told you on night 3, and here's the other thing. For this entire 2 weeks, every night, the sky was clear so you could see the stars. It was 47 degrees in February, which is very fucking warm. Unusually warm. And when I looked up, dude, where the fuck was the moon? The moon was not around. For 2 weeks, there was what should have been 82% illumination just like a couple days after the full moon. Bro, we were at new moon 0 light levels with stars in the sky, so there ain't no motherfucking clouds obscuring that shit. I'm like, okay. And I was walking, and I'm like, I'm looking until I see the fucking moon. And there was no moon. And I did this I checked, I didn't walk every night, because once you're 4 nights walking in, and you're like, okay, this is, shit is degenerating rather quickly. We're one celestial body out of the fucking sky. We're in Majora's Mask fucking territory right now. Yeah. So, is the sun gonna be fucking gone? And here's the thing, because you start Googling, because you're like, what the fuck else are you gonna do? You're like, hey, Google, where the fuck is the moon? And what's the current moon illumination? As you can imagine, they're like, yes, of course the moon is fucking here. Why wouldn't it be? I'm like, yes. So I call my friends, because I'm like, okay. I call my friend in Australia. So he's on the other side of the planet. He could see the moon, right? That's a good sign. I call someone that's in the same state. I was like, hey, go outside and look up for me. He could see the moon. I go out, and as I'm on, and he fucks with stars. Like, he knows, he walked me through, oh, there's Orion's belt. and you're gonna go, you know, whatever the fuck, and that's where the moon should be. And I'm like, I took a photo, and I posted it to him, and I'm like, well, you and I are in the same state, and where I am, you can currently see the moon, and where the fuck I am, there has been no moon for 2 fucking weeks. And so the moon didn't come back until the new moon cycle. It was exactly 14 days. Every night was 47 degrees and clear skies.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's that. So I don't know if it was a localized anomaly of like, they talk about, and I haven't gone walking at night since. Oh, I also saw a fucking UFO. Okay, let me tell you this shit. And this is also near the same patch of woods. So we have gone over 4 major, we got the structure, we got the voice in the fucking woods, we got light not functioning like it should be, the fucking moon is gone, and then, alright, so, the UFO thing. Alright, so as I'm walking back, so this one night, so the night, and I think it was in this 2 weeks, the first thing that was weird, when I go on my 2.4 mile route of 1.2 miles up and 1.2 back, my shoelaces are never fucking untied. Alright? I know how to tie my shoelaces. I tie them real tight. It's not a problem. So I knew fuckery was afoot because as I was walking, my right shoe untied. I was like, okay. I immediately stop. Retie it. I go to the turnaround.
Yeah.
The shoe is untied again. I was like, okay. And it was already fucking with me because I'm like, I'm actively getting fucked with here. I start walking back, and to my left, so the creepy woods are on my right, which is the same direction that the voice came from years prior. I look up into the sky, and what do I see? I see 3 lights. Now, I looked at it long enough to establish that they were not moving. You know, I'm not like, oh, it's a satellite, man. You've never seen a plane before. Yeah, no. I was looking at it and I was like, that shit is stationary, and there isn't a fucking. So this is like an equilateral triangle. So all the sides are equal and the fucking angles, and it was just a triangle of dots in the sky. But they were far enough away from each other that it's like, and it wasn't like connected with a saucer or some shit. But I see it, I'm looking at it, and I've stopped walking. I look down, I literally look down and up, and that 3 dots, the bottom left dot is now very fucking far, and it's now like a, scalene triangle, where each side is 3 different lengths.
I think so. It's been a while since I've done math class.
Right. Yeah, geometry lesson. And here's right. But I am no aircraft expert. I'm not coperator here. But here's what I do know. Shit in the sky doesn't move that fucking quickly, if we're talking conventional wisdom. And if it did, there would be a fucking sonic boom. Neither of which happened. So I was like, okay, that's a little something spicy. Because I know, the government has programs. I think they're reverse engineering shit. I think...
What color?
What color was it? It could
have been a shooting star.
It was just like all 3 of the dots were the same color. I do know that. It was just like, I want to say, like, I don't know, just the white. I don't know. It wasn't like halogen, like trucker light bulb white. Yeah, it was a light color. It wasn't like, but it was bright. It wasn't like star.
Did it illuminate anything? Right.
It didn't. It was far away, but it didn't have like a spotlight effect of a cone of light coming down or anything. It was just sort of there, and like look down, look up. Oh, that shit has moved in the sky. That's not a good sign. I think that's a little something. That's a little something out of my pay grade. And so, as you can imagine, I was like, I need to get the fuck away from here. It was like the Simpsons. I'm in danger. Like,
I'm in danger.
So it was like, and after that, I think that's what sort of stopped my night walks because I was like, yeah, shit is popping
Yeah.
off here.
Yeah. My brother saw a UFO. You remember when the whole like Aurora Borealis stuff was a few months ago, right?
Yeah.
So he was like, he's a photographer, so he's out taking pictures of the Aurora Borealis. And he sees, I think it was like, I can't remember what exactly it was. He claims to have saw a UFO. He said he even took a video of it, but I haven't seen it yet. I try to get him to it, but it's hard for him to answer his phone for some reason. One of those people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I feel you. Oh shit, I got it. Hi, Pika Station. I don't know when you showed up. I've been slacking. Oh, that's alright. Yeah, people show up and leave all the time. Oh shit, we're already 2 hours in? Yeah, this is fucking great, dude.
Yeah. Let's see. Something else. It's like, area where I'm at, I don't know if it's just like that I don't go explore the random woods. But I don't have near as many weird shit as you do.
And I will say, I'm giving you like the highlights. The majority of the times that I'm out here, it isn't like I step foot and then the weird shit hits. Like the majority of the time, shit's fine. But when it pops the fuck off, it pops the fuck off. Like, know.
Yeah. When was the last time you checked on the structure?
Let's see. Within a week ago.
Okay.
And that's the other thing too. So the neighbors, they were like, "Oh, let's report it to the nature police." The fucking the yeah, the DNR.
The wood.
Yeah,
Here, getting involved.
But here's the thing. Right. But here's the thing: is someone took down the objects that were warding it. So I wish I knew who the fuck did that, because I know like teenagers and shit were figuring out, like there was like a Pepsi bottle or some shit. So probably teenagers are going there to fuck or some shit. But all the metal items that were sort of there are gone. But no one. And here's the thing. Because if this was sort of, and this is technically on state park land, so it isn't on private property. But no one's tearing it down. And to me, that's sort of like, I feel like there's reasons. And so I had an attempted break-in back in February. And so my local police, because I had to do a ride-along to identify the potential would-be burglar. And here's what was fucking crazy. Is, I'm in the passenger seat, and of course they got cameras fucking everywhere, because that's just how cop car works. And and so, you're in the back of your mind, you're like, this is a golden opportunity. And yet, how do I talk about this and not seem schizophrenic as shit? And you're like... And so I just sort of, I don't know, I got into it. And, like this was sort of a hard-boiled officer. They had like someone pour gasoline on themselves and light themselves on fire that morning. Like, so he he's seen some shit, right? And I mentioned the woods, and this dude, like, visibly pucker factor 9s. And I was like, yeah, there's some weird shit in these woods. And he, there was, the silence spoke volumes. Because he was, when we turned on the road we were driving in the wooded areas, and I was like, yeah, the woods around here are fucking weird. And I said it just like that, and just had it, just sort of a opening statement. And he was there, the look on his face was he knew some shit. And he was very uneasy with the woods. And I was like, okay, y'all are getting plenty of fucking reports. I didn't say this, as you can imagine. I just minded my own fucking business. But it was like, you fuckers know. There's more than meets the eye here. And, why... Right, why is, And this dude was buff. He wasn't like Joe Twig. You know, he could hold his own,
Yeah.
and yet he was very visibly uncomfortable with the mention of the woods. So
Maybe there's probably like some rando squatter crew or something. I don't
maybe.
know.
Well, because
Maybe witches, warlocks, or
something.
I don't know.
Because I was like, and this is where it gets creepy. Because what are we dealing with? Like special forces witches? Like they're like leave no trace, not even a fucking footprint. Like what is this? The Navy SEALs of witches? Like what the fuck is this?
I don't know. Whoa. No, I
Yeah. But yeah, it was
I
just
just saw you like, is this goofball gonna just fall through?
yeah.
Is this a regular survival or hardcore?
This is a third party server, and it's just survival. But this is anarchy. So yeah, people could
Okay.
theoretically show up. So that's why I build shit with so much obsidian to make that very cumbersome if they did.
Just withered the fuck out of it.
Well, that's the thing is there's wither limits to the chunks. So
Yeah. Talking about earlier, you know, that big ass Biltmore estate.
mhm.
I'll send you a couple pictures of it. It is largest house in America. It's massive.
I bet. Yeah, I
But
know.
there have been several accounts of ghosts being in there.
Oh no
Maybe it's
shit.
because like big, old, scary house
Yeah.
equals ghost. But I think some of the stories are like disembodied voices, and you
Oh.
see like a little girls or something that must have died in there.
Oof.
Something with like the indoor pool. So
Ooh.
you see like
Pools are always
standing
super
in the
dangerous.
pool.
Wow.
Yeah, I see one of the pictures. Yeah, that's like about 30 minutes away from me.
Let's see. Is this on the other account that isn't Giga? Assuming.
No, it's your Bob Ross pool.
Okay, cool. Feral people of Appalachia. Shit.
Yeah.
I see. I haven't run
Didn't
into
watch
this.
it.
Is this just like people that have just been like, oh wow, holy shit, that place is massive. Wow, that's
Yeah.
more castle than it is just mansion.
Yeah.
Well, it's castle
Like
territory.
house. Yeah. It was built in the I think it was finished in the 1890s.
Damn, that's some crazy shit,
And then
dude.
for a fun fact, you know George Vanderbilt, the dude who built the house, he was visiting here as his mother or something.
Okay.
And then a very distant great uncle of mine had built this tower. It was called Mount Hebron Tower. It was like one of the first tourist attractions. Like pay a certain amount of money just to go up and look around at the scenery.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided to go up this tower that a distant uncle had built. And he spotted this piece of land. It's like, that's where I want to build the Biltmore estate, or wherever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of an interesting connection to it.
Wow. Yeah,
And
no,
then,
that's
like,
crazy.
this cousin of mine had built like houses for the workers,
Uh-huh.
like these little cabins. I think one of them is still up. Let me look it up. Yeah. Yeah, these are some of the cabins that one of my distant cousins built
Okay.
at work. I think that's the one that still stands.
Let me see here.
Yeah, because I originally thought it was my fourth great grandfather, but no, it was just one of his descendants who was named after him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a good looking house, nice little porch, two chimneys.
Yeah,
So they had their shit wired. They were double firing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll send you the picture of the Mount Hebron Tower.
Okay.
I don't think it still stands, but I know there's several pictures of it.
Oh, Pika Station, thanks for the follow. Didn't even see that on my little notification things. If you happen to still be here, I think that bumps me up to 50 followers. Yo, if I If I get
I
up
think I was your
to...
first follower.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
First
yeah.
YouTube. Either that or your first YouTube subscriber. I can't remember.
Yeah, maybe. I know I got 3, so yeah, you might be the third one. I think it's probably El Cayman, you, and my friend Stumpy.
Where's that one website? Because I know it was like he was the dude who built the tower was known as the road builder, and he's pretty famous around here.
Okay.
He actually has several photographs. I'll send you a couple of them. He had an epic neck beard. His name was Solomon Jones.
Okay.
1802 to 1899.
Wow.
He lived a long time.
Yeah, especially for that time period, like motherfuckers were dropping left and right. So to live to 97, that's crazy.
Oh yeah. A lot of the old mountaineer people would live really long.
No
I think
kidding.
it was a mix of things and good environment.
Okay, so I got one for you. What year do you think my granddad was born? Or let's do something simpler. What year do you think my mom was born?
You said your mom was 72 last year, so she'd be 73, so 51?
Yeah. And that always freaks people the fuck out. So, and her dad was born, might be 1922. So my granddad was like 100 years ago.
Yeah. I assume he's dead now.
Yeah, he died in 2003. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, fun fact, elderly men have a higher chance of getting anorexia nervosa, the eating disorder teenage girls get. There's 3 factors to it. If they've been weight conscious their whole life, when they get like super old, your testosterone goes down, which fucks with your appetite. And then he was on glaucoma medication, which suppresses appetite. And if you have those 3 things, it's not recognized very often in the U.S., but up in Canada, like 1 out of every 10 anorexia nervosa cases is like elderly men up there. So there's a little eating disorder lore for you.
Yeah. My oldest grandparent was, she turns 90 tomorrow. And then on the other side, my other parents' dad, my mom's dad, he was also born in 1934, and he was mid-July, so that's pretty interesting. And they're my only living grandparents. The other ones were born in 1935 and 1936, respectively.
Yeah, I don't know how often you can chat with them, but yeah, ask them shit, dude. Like, because I
talk with my grandma all the time.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, because mine passed when shit. What was it? I was like 9 years old or some shit. So I just had little kid questions. So I didn't have any like real relevant shit to ask. Because my granddad was in World War II and Korea.
Yeah, my living grandpa, he was a medic in Korea.
Oh my god. Boy, they've seen some shit. Any medic, any time period, like... Yeah.
I had my oldest, like the one that I showed you in front of his house, he was 50 when my grandma was born. So he was born in 1884.
Wow.
And he actually served in World War I, not World War II.
Okay.
I have great uncles that were born before some of my great grandparents.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, my grandma was the youngest of 10.
Okay. Yeah, my great grandma, so on my grandfather's mother, she was part of 8, and she was the oldest, and she outlived all of her younger siblings. And I was like, bro, can you imagine how fucking heavy that would feel? Like that's fucking rough, dude.
My grandma was the only one. Her last brother died in February of this year. He was 91. He was the second youngest.
Okay.
And the rest usually made it to about their 80s. One of them actually had a heart condition, like he had a hole in his heart.
Okay.
So I think he
Yeah.
died in mid 60s, but the rest were like 70s and 80s.
Okay.
The oldest sibling so far lived to be 94, which was my grandma's sister.
Okay.
There are only 3 girls and 7 boys.
Wow. That was a hectic
Yeah,
household.
it's a pretty male-dominated family, Gene.
Yeah.
Like even now, like my grandma only has 1 granddaughter, and the rest of us are boys.
Hmm. Yeah,
Just
I've
interesting.
never heard you talk before, so whenever I see Top Hat Jack, I always just imagine your voice like a fucking 30s radio announcer. See?
Whoa,
So,
welcome,
yeah, so it's like to hear it's like,
welcome to
hey,
Top Hat Radio. Okay.
Top Hat Jack actually sounds like a human being. Like, this shit's crazy.
Yeah, 1954.
Yeah.
Because like the weird thing is, because I'm closer to like what people would call a hillbilly than
Hmm.
I am like one of the fancy schmancy people. I
Yeah.
actually came up with the name Top Hat Jag because like I had some other name. It was like if I ever became a YouTuber, I'd just be called. I just made it up. It's just Top Hat Jag.
Yeah, no, it
And
has a
because you
good
know I
ring
like
to it.
music stuff and profile pictures of my favorite singer.
Would that be Frank Sinatra? Who is your
So,
profile picture?
the man's name was Harry Richmond.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much forgotten today, like most of the people back then.
Hmm.
But yeah, I like the boys.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check that out at some point.
Most people probably won't get into it, but at least it's not like the operatic. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, you should send me his name because
I
I
can
have like
get into that.
short-term
Like,
memory
it's
issues,
definitely
so I want to check his music out, but I can't remember shit, dude. Like I build pyramid and that's about it. Like there's no more brain cells allocated. No free space.
yeah. Most of my free time is either spent, fucking hanging out on YouTube, watching informative shit, or listening to music, or like doing genealogy stuff.
Okay. Yeah, no, there's certainly
That's
worse ways to spend time. No, that
oh,
sounds very
definitely.
fruitful.
Um, I have like I've been looking through 2 local history books, like 2 volumes of like local history, and has like a lot of families and pictures with them. So I've just like been taking pictures of some of those pictures and
Hmm.
putting them on the internet.
Okay.
Who don't have pictures,
Oh yeah, no, that's
like
awesome.
certain genealogy sites. I mainly use Find a Grave.
Okay.
If you've ever heard of that. Also, Family Search I like, but it can be inaccurate at times.
Yeah.
I would use Ancestry, but the pricks make me pay, so
Yeah.
no.
My mom did like tribal pages. That was her go-to thing. Might be relatively old at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. I mean, Find a Grave is well over 20 years old at this point.
Okay. Well, I know
Like, you
she's.
can find people who, like, you can find people who have had active accounts on that site for well over 20 years. It's pretty amazing.
Wow. No, it's awesome.
I mean, I started here.
Okay.
I have a few hundred photos of my ancestors.
No,
And then
that's
there's also, like, just like, random searching for random lines and people.
okay.
But, yeah. Um, yeah, pretty much. So that's a big part of my genealogy stuff. I like the photos more than anything else.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
do
No.
have a few draft cards, stuff like that.
Oh, draft cards. Oh,
Um,
okay. I didn't know that was a thing.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like in World War II and stuff, you'd get like drafted cards if you were signing up for the draft.
Okay.
I know a few of my great uncles were in World War II. I know one of them was actually his ship was stationed at Pearl Harbor.
Oh
But
wow.
his ship was elsewhere when it was attacked, so he was saved.
Okay. Yeah. No, that was a real shit show. Pearl
Yeah.
Harbor happened.
Let me see. I'll send you the draft cards if I can find them.
Okay.
It's gonna be a few minutes of searching. I also sent you the obituary for the great great grandpa who shot himself
Okay.
accidentally. That's
Speak.
still like the wildest death.
Yeah. No.
I think the place would be like a distant cousin who got drunk one day and fell asleep on the train tracks.
Oh boy. That's
Right over.
unlucky. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
I've got some lore for you. So going back to the grandfather's recreation house.
Yeah.
So this is very very like it's a dark story, but it has some humorous elements to it.
Yeah.
So like, let me fly over there. And don't worry about the withers. That's how I get the junk out from underneath the pyramid. Oh, him? He don't bite. Just a fucking wither.
Low.
Okay,
Yeah, there we go.
so remember how my grandmother was running this as a rooming house? So one of the tenants. So this ended up being my room. So one of the
Yeah.
horrifying lore is my parents conceived me in this room, but
Oh.
but also for other TMI information. So my grandmother. So there was a rumor that was in this house or in this particular room, and my great grandmother. She would, to keep tabs on the tenants so they're not doing any weird shit or drugs or whatever the fuck else, she would function as a maid and sort of, make sure everything's on the up and up. Well, she got like super duper old where she couldn't see shit anymore. So she was one of the other tenants as the door was open and she's in here, I don't know, fucking sweeping or some shit. The other tenant sees that the current room tenant had hung himself in this closet, and she wasn't aware of that.
God.
And so he's like, Laura, I think Mr. So-and-so is sort of indisposed at the moment. As he's fucking swinging in this fucking closet. So yeah, that's that lore.
That is wild.
But
By
yeah.
the way, I sent you those.
Okay, let's see here. But yeah, no, even with that, this was like my room, and I never heard any weird shit or anything. But yeah, no, I would sleep like right next to where a dude hung himself, like I don't know, fucking 10 feet away, and yet I can sleep next to that. It's like the Shaquille O'Neal suicide in closet. I sleep. Schizo structure in the woods. I real shit like.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is interesting. I've never seen draft cards before.
Yeah, they existed, I guess.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. I know. The only ones I know Vance was in World War II. I know Jane. For some reason.
I don't know if you don't want to dox
James.
the names, maybe, because this is a public thing.
Oh, you can hear it.
Yeah,
there?
Yeah, no, your voice is on the stream.
Oh, you didn't hear those people?
Yeah, don't. Like I'm here
here
at exact geological location. Like maybe don't do that. Yo, Top Hat. Maybe. Here in 12345 Street, it's like bruh. Like,
Here at X34. That's my exact coordinates.
It's just like,
I'm gonna get me, internet.
Come and get me, internet. I fucking dare you.
I'll be like, every time like someone jokingly threatens to dox me or whatever, I'll send them this picture. Let's see.
You gotta hit them with the. I already know where I live. Like.
No, I hit him with this.
Warning: anyone trespassing will get their damn ass blown off by a 12 gauge. Popcorn Sutton. Oh my god. Yeah, fucking facts, dude.
Oh, Popcorn was a legend. Have you ever heard about Popcorn
No,
Sutton?
I don't know shit about Popcorn Sutton. He sounds.
Oh, he was a local legend. Well, I said local. He was power so whack. But anyhow, he was pretty much the most famous moonshiner of the modern day.
Oh my god.
He was known for making moonshine and selling it without paying taxes.
Can't imagine. I love paying taxes.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, IRS?
And then one day, he got real old, and by real old I mean like 60. It's almost like smoking and drinking at 6 years old and up doesn't really help.
Yeah, no.
And so he was like had brittle cancer, and he was like about ready to die.
He has black lung at 8, like living too hard.
He had yeah. And then the police found out he had all this moonshine collected up after he said he didn't. He had multiple run-ins in the law. And so he was actually sentenced to prison time.
Mm-hmm.
There was no way he would have lived in prison. I mean, he was this brittle old man. He would have been dead probably long.
Yeah.
And so he actually killed himself by carbon monoxide poisoning.
Shit, that's crazy.
Before he was supposed to go to jail.
Wow.
Because he could not handle prison.
Yeah.
But yeah, Popcorn Sutton, still is a local legend.
Wow. No, that's really interesting lore. No, I wasn't aware of that.
Many
probably have videos on
really
him, right? I could probably check that shit out. I'm sure some makeup tuber is like, today we're talking about Popcorn Sutton. The
best mugshot. The best mugshot.
Let's see. Oh, that's him. Okay.
Yeah, many people actually consider him an American hero because he fought the government or whatever. He didn't fight it. He was like, "Screw you!
Get off my lawn! Let me make my green alcohol."
He was in several documentaries and stuff. It was actually one about the Appalachian dialect. That's where I first heard about him.
Okay.
And then he had stuff where he made his own liquor distilleries and stuff. It was I think one of them was titled, "This is the last damn run of liquor I'll ever make." Yeah. And he could never spell.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Let's see. Sign.
God wanted us to read and write, and he would have fucking had us know how to do it from the day we're born.
Here's another one of his signs.
Let's see here.
Here's a few of these.
What a character.
No goddamn trespass, and don't you understand? There's nothing on this bridge worth dying for. Stay out or be carried out. New owner, Popcorn Sutton. Move to MC. You can call Popcorn at blah, blah, blah. Remember?
I bet someone had paid a lot of money to get that phone number. And you better goddamn well not go past 35 miles an hour, or there's going to be some consequence.
Oh. No.
Wait, do you think...
should hear the way...
Wait, do you think the paddling guy from The Simpsons is based off of Popcorn Sutton?
Paddling guy.
That's a paddling. Let me. There should be a GIF of it.
Oh, Jasper.
That's a paddling.
Oh, Jasper. I never thought about that. He kind of does look like him.
Maybe.
But I think that's just coincidence.
Okay.
Because he was never really in the public spotlight when The Simpsons was created.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see. There's a ton of Popcorn Sutton videos. Yeah, one of his documentaries is called "This is the Last Damn Run of Liquor I'll Ever Make."
Oh my God.
He has these interviews
Uh-huh.
too. He
Wow.
like tells his whole story. Yeah,
I was
he's had a hell of
1,000
a
years
lot.
old the day I was born, and
He was smoking. He was making moonshine the day he came out.
oh my God. It's like, Mom, this was a crazy run, and it took 9 months. Like,
He had a cigarette in his mouth when he came out.
yeah. Well, break's over. Like, picks up his
Oh,
miner hat and fucking starts coal mining. Like,
well, I don't think he ever did any coal mining. His family did all moonshine
oh,
stuff.
okay.
Coal mining wasn't as popular down here.
I'd imagine, yeah. It's a pretty rough industry.
Yeah,
They're
that
all.
was more of a West Virginia thing.
Oh, okay.
Where is it? I'm trying to find like a playlist of some of his interviews. I know
Oh.
there's one, but Binge must have deleted it. Yeah. Oh, it's a video, not a. It's like an hour long, but all you need to hear is just what he sounds like. He's not this advertisement. You probably can't. I don't want your safeguard, blah blah hippie crap, bro. Get out of here.
Are you tired of having pawpaws in your gutters? Get you some.
Yeah, I sing it. So if you want to just hear what he sounds like.
Okay, let's see. Living
He was like
history.
chain smoking.
He's like nothing TOS or anything, right? He's not like firing off anything TOS. I hope not.
I don't think so. Wouldn't put it past him, but.
Popcorn, have you always lived up here? Been here all my life.
I love him already.
Raised on the back.
Been here all my life. I'm like, Jesus. One sentence, and I'm like, okay, I'm on board with this dude. Like,
Well, this guy's cool. I remember he was like where he called the place he grew up the asshole of the world.
oh my God. Yeah, no, that's funny as shit.
It is hilarious. Even his gravestone. His gravestone said, Popcorn said, fuck you.
Yeah, you gotta have. I love elderly that have a good sense of humor.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because you have to. I mean, getting old sucks. So you're like, oh, everyone I know is dead, you know. But I mean, if you're not laughing, you're just fucked. Like, you just. That's why it's just so important. You gotta find a way to enjoy every moment. Oh, you don't know. Have you seen, I can't remember. I probably asked this before. Have you seen when Jack has been touring the base? And like last time he was like, oh, I guess he's just sort of forgotten about this. Well, I'm focusing on the obby structure. But I don't think Jack has realized that this is a whole nother fucking pyramid. This, yeah, no, the glass, this is going to be even bigger than the original one. I'm just focusing on the obby pyramid because the obby pyramid, it's going to take like 5 million obby blocks to complete. And I'm just doing a little bit of this for a change of pace.
It's a little too no life for me, honestly.
What was it? Didn't hear you, sorry.
It's a little too no life for me, honestly.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm turning it into content, you know. Makes it feel less insane that way. Hey, everybody.
Make some money.
Hey, everybody, come watch me be fucking insane for, like...
Yeah.
You too can see time being wasted, and you can waste your time as well. I can destroy 2 lives. Like
destruction. Double damage. Overkill.
That's a lot of words. Too bad I didn't read them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you want to be a recurring person on the show, but I'd love to have you back here. You've been great to talk to.
probably will. When do you stream? You stream weekly, right?
I'm supposed to stream like every day. I haven't been hitting that
Oh,
properly, but yeah, no,
yeah.
just hit me up and
If it's like this time schedule, I usually can during times I'm available, which is usually in the summer.
okay. Well, yeah, no, hit me up whenever, and because you see me post on the media art
Yeah, I
and
see you
media
put.
section, so yeah, you're making the time go by here, and I'm
Yeah.
probably increasing the entertainment value. So, and just me like,
Give me a
hey,
ping when you do.
it's just me talking to an empty chat, like, hey, everybody, time for me to fill airtime for 2 hours.
Woo! Yeah, we get the rant about schizo
Yeah,
breed.
the schizo. What did I tell you about the moon being gone for 2 weeks, and then the fucking woods were talking to me? Like, and then there's the
It's like,
twig hut,
yeah.
and the
Have you tried
flashlight
cutting
don't the flashlight don't work in these parts. Like,
the flashlight doesn't work in these parts.
we don't believe in light here.
You don't believe it. That's against the law.
It's against the Bible. I know, like, God created light on like the first fucking day, but that don't apply here.
Don't mind that tree house over there.
Yeah, don't be asking questions.
Don't ask questions about that. That makes the buff get scared.
Don't ask questions you're not prepared to hear the answers to.
Yeah, you gotta level up.
Yeah.
You can't do that at your level yet.
Yeah. Come back when you're ready.
Yeah. Come back when you have reached level 36.
Oh my god, did I tell you, bro, did I tell you about the immortality totem? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to send you this photo at some point. Okay. So, this was like November-ish. Still walking around the woods because why the fuck not? Logical people wouldn't be walking these woods, but I'm very bored.
That's something I do every day.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you fuckers are gonna have to take me. I'm gonna be tramping on these grounds, whether you like it or not. Fuck you. But yeah, no, so the trees were empty, so no leaves. So it's like winter time period. And I'm walking into the woods, and I see a blob of darkness in the distance. I'm like, I'm doing the Leo point meme of, okay, that doesn't fit. What the fuck is that? And it's a crow. So I walk closer, and I walk closer. Well, it's a crow that has had its neck. So first of all, this tree was like 13 feet up. It's a very spindly tree, so no one could climb this tree. I have photos. I'll have to delve into it to get them for you. But something had wedged this crow's neck in the Y of the tree. Now here's why I think it is an immortality totem. So, I don't know which tribe. I feel like it's a relatively common thing, that crows are like the harbingers of death. And so I was like looking at this, and supposedly Wendigos, when they eat people, or like skinwalkers, well, a commonality between both of them is that they just live as long as they're killing things. Their lifespan just keeps going as long as they have fuel to power themselves. And so I was like, is this like a fuck you to the death? Like, you get the bird of death and then they wedged it. And so I looked at it, and there was no sign of struggle by the crow. And so, like, I talked to some people, and are like, oh, well, obviously the crow went neck first into the tree. I was like, no, it's not. Like, crows have good vision. And there's, like, that was the other thing, too. There was no rot on it.
Maybe you drink popcorn Sutton's liquor.
Maybe.
Too drunk.
Yeah, he followed the Appalachian line up the tree line. Yeah.
Follow the tree line, yeah.
But yeah, no, it just hit me as really odd because like, and there was no decay on the crow too. And that's what really fucking freaked me out because it was recently done. And I was like, did something see me from the tree line and then did this because it was guessing I was going to walk up here? Like, I'm in danger. Like, I don't want my stupid stupid ass up in a tree. Like, this does not bode well. It's like, leave the crows alone. Oh my god.
They're a marginalized group.
Oh man.
I don't even know. I'm channel scrolling. Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, whoa, get out of there. Okay. Just channel scrolling on Dish Network. Ooh, okay. Never go to that channel again. There was not something I should say.
Danger scrolling. It's like.
I mean, I thought I did not know that type of programming was on Dish Network.
Oh, apparently.
Yeah, I'm never going to the 400s again.
It's like that's. I normally have to Google that. What the fuck?
Yeah, I stay away from that shit. Hell no.
I can't remember the last time I've had a TV. Be like, well, it was when well, it was before. It was when I was actively watching TV. Was when the signals were still analog instead of digital. That was the last time I was actively watching TV. Yeah, because when it switched over, I was like, I'm not buying a new TV. And then I just never watched TV anymore.
Yeah. Don't get Dish Network and go in the 400s. I'll tell you that. Or unless that's your alley.
I didn't hear that. What was that?
Unless never go in the 400s Dish Network unless that's right up your alley.
Yeah, I'll have to Google because I don't know what we're what we're implying, but I'm sure it's something TOS.
You don't want to know.
Oh my!
I'll tell you.
You could DM it to me, like the just a description. Like it's just probably NSFW content most likely.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I always just dance around everything in case it's like, fucking super duper TOS, like gets mentioned once and I'm the rod of God it instantly fucking bans me.
Yeah, I'm usually not on stream, so I don't have to say some crap.
I appreciate it.
I don't have to dox myself either. But...
Yes. Here's my relatives. Here's all 4 of their draft cards. Here is my uncle Popcorn Sutton. Here is like. Here is my birth certificate and my social security number. Now, don't tell nobody.
Here's my credit card information. My debit card information.
Here's where my 3 bank accounts are located. They're open on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now you want to go there before they close at 5. Gonna talk to Sheila. Now here's my checking account.
No way. I'm looking at the news, and apparently there's a tropical storm Alberto hitting Mexico right now.
You always hear about Alberto each year. Apparently, like, Alberto is just festering in the Pacific, like, yearly. Because I always hear about Alberto. I'm like, when the fuck is he actually gonna get here? Like no, apparently there's like it must be El Nino. There's something like that where it's like a reoccurring storm that happens each year. Like, god damn it, we're hearing about this shit again. Like, when's the storm gonna get here? God damn it. Like,
yeah, I'm a history nerd, not a meteorologist.
Yeah.
I also do have moonshiners in my family too.
That's a wild group.
Which surprises actually no one. And then other people in my family, like, or the other branches of my family, are Southern Baptists, never drink a day in their life.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's see. What else? I played the new update for the first time yesterday.
Oh, the new Minecraft. I haven't. This is on 119.3. So what version is it up to now? What's the newest spice?
I think it's 121. I don't know.
21.
Trials or some hoo-ha.
Oh,
The one thing I really did was
how are those?
with the little wind blast.
The little wind guy. Okay.
There's like a little wind blast thing. You could, like, it was pretty much a fire charge, but wind, and it was an actual projectile.
Ooh, that sounds pretty cool.
So it would have like a little wind effect. It would push people back. I don't know what it would be used for. It doesn't do much damage. Probably like redstone crap or something. I wish they'd do that with a fire charge, make it projectile.
Probably push people into lava pits or some cartoony shit like that.
Cranking crap, or have it like. I wish they'd do that with the fire charges, like, you know, little gas balls.
Yeah.
Those are fire charges.
Yeah.
I've barely even touched, like, I haven't played a real survival Minecraft world years at this point.
Yeah, I haven't.
I just lost.
Well, you know what it is for me? The anarchy, the danger makes it fun. Like, if I was gonna play like survival right now, like, I would feel like I'm legitimately going insane. Like.
Yeah. But yeah, I never got into anarchy because, like, why fuck build it if it's just gonna be destroyed?
Well, that's why I'm sassy. I enjoy the fuck you mentality of it, where it's just like, you come destroy it. Yeah, good luck with that, bitch. Like I'm not actively doxing the location now. Of course, technically people could find it, but they haven't so far. So I'm like, well, it is what it is.
I'd hire like some kind of army security guards. Make sure anyone comes, they can shoot them out of the sky. With like bows or TNT cannons. I would love like actually usable TNT cannons that have like differing ranges.
That would be really
like,
cool.
Who doesn't want old Minecraft?
Yeah. Like if there was like a little cannon, but you could load TNT into it, that would be pretty cool. Even if it was like it required 2 TNT, one to shoot the TNT and one to be the charge itself, you know.
Because like current TNT cannons, they only really fire in one place, and that's not very effective.
Yeah.
Unless if you're just like dealing with like a husk horde or something.
Yeah.
I've heard you. I assume you've heard these stories about my tinkering with husk warfare.
Oh no, I haven't heard this.
Oh really? Okay.
Mm-mm.
So first time I did. There have been multiple times. It was back in my Xbox 360 days before it broke. There was like, you know, I had like a base with friends, and there was this one dude who had his own base, and every now and again, we had a village that we, like, it wasn't our base, it was like a little, I guess you can consider it like a little colony or something. Like, just to collect, you know, hang. So we don't have to get villagers on minecarts and put them halfway across a small world. So this guy would, like, raid our villages, like, loot stuff. I mean, at first it was like he'd just loot like little food, nothing serious. But then he started like actually taking important stuff. And so this village and his base were in like it was in like a desert biome. So I thought, let me try something different instead of just blowing it up. So I dug this big old hole, and I heard it like probably about a few dozen husks in the hole. And then when I was ready, I lured them with, well, I was the lure at the time because it wasn't like too big.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so he went to its house, and then they attacked it. And they kind of caught him off guard because you wouldn't normally expect, like, however many husks come into your base at one time.
Yeah.
And so he kind of got, like, killed because this was like an iron armor dude. So
Wow.
he didn't really have the strength to kill them all.
Mm-hmm.
And so after that, we destroyed his bed, and we kind of, like, took everything
Mm-hmm.
and just set his house on fire, and the husks lingered on, so it took him like a few minutes to kill him once he got the materials. He then rage quitted afterwards.
Wow.
He's like, you know what, screw this, I'm done. And I did it again on Bedrock or Xbox One Edition, just with a larger horde. There was like, and it was like a bigger server too. There was like these people that would, like, once again raid a village,
Mm-hmm.
also in a desert. This time they would like try to destroy it, so we like got them off. And then these people were also like iron level, and they had their own little crew and base. And so we did the horde thing again, and it worked again.
That's pretty funny.
But this time we had to lure him with like an iron golem because the horde was too big just to follow me.
Ah.
It's probably about like 100 or so. It was pretty laggy.
How do you get them all? Do you is there if there's a monster spawner, do they do husks in a?
But it's like I dug this big hole that was, and then I'd like just get all the husks I could find, and I would lure them into the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Because we couldn't like spawn any or have a monster spawner because husks don't have monster spawners
Okay.
naturally. And so we like kind of trapped them in this hole, and then we used them as weapons of war.
Nice.
It's pretty much a common joke that like all I do on Minecraft is play with husks, which is not really wrong. Because there's been worlds where I have like giant battles with like hundreds of husks versus hundreds of iron golems.
That's pretty. No, that's
Even
pretty
though
clever.
it was like super laggy, and like I think I deleted most of the photos I took. It was like one of these crappy photos I took with my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sending it to you now.
Okay. You know, I'm realizing I
On
need
here.
to go get lunch. I think you've. This is officially the longest stream I've ever done. So thanks to you for that.
Wow.
It's been a lot of fun, and yeah,
Let me see.
definitely want to have you on again.
Yeah, let me get the photos sent to you first. It's somewhere. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, let's see what you got here.
This was incredibly laggy. I'll say that.
I bet it's gonna be.
Sin.
Let's see.
It was like in one of these auto-generated worlds, or not auto-generated, but like city world I found.
Huh.
I send those to you. Okay, there we go.
Oh shit! Wow. Okay, so you got the big numbers. Okay, so you're not fucking around. You got actual hordes of husks.
Yeah, it was like 2 frames a second at best.
Oh my god.
But I made it work.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And I'd like trap in that little thing, and I'd have like stone walls keeping them out. And then when I'm ready, I just break the stone walls, and they just absolutely eviscerate the iron golem.
World War Z, they're way over the fucking wall.
They can't climb at this point.
Okay.
And plus, husks are superior to zombies because they could be alive in the day. I always thought it would be a good idea to have like a certain percentage of zombies, like when it's day, like a certain percentage of zombies become husks. Like not like all of them, because that would be, but like maybe like 1 or 2 out of 10.
No, that would be cool.
It's just kind of dumb for them just to all die.
Yeah, if there was like a mutation mechanic of, instead of dying, I just got dried out. Like. Desiccation
But
mode.
not just taking out because other than that, they're just useless. And they do give you hunger.
Oh, yeah. I guess, too, you could still... I know that was one thing that people were doing on 2B is, like, naming a zombie and then giving the item to them. So that's, like, one way to avoid items getting destroyed.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's another thing you could do. What was that? It cut out a bit?
Because if you don't name them, they'll despawn.
Yeah. I think they do,
well,
yeah.
Is the heat wave
Is the heat wave what?
affecting you at all?
Oh, hell yeah, brother. It's 84 where I am. Yeah.
That's about average temperature for me.
Okay.
About Saturday, Sunday, it reached up into the 90s.
Okay. Yeah, we got to 90 yesterday. Yeah.
I think it was probably close to 90 yesterday, but it was like mainly 80s. So nothing too bad. And we'll probably get some rain soon. I don't know. We got rain a couple days ago.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep me updated on your little wet rando schizo lantern.
Yeah. I will. Yeah, keep an eye out for media and art, and yeah, I'll keep striving to post there. So.
When you get a stream on, ping me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, right on, brother. So
yeah.
I'll probably hop
that
out.
That way I won't.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna hop out of VC, but I don't know if you are looking for other shit to watch. Gonna be looking here for someone to raid shortly, if you still need some entertainment.
All right, yeah, I myself, I need to shit and cook lunch.
Fair enough.
Do that.
Good to go, brother. Bye-bye. Alrighty, well that was awesome. I believe that's the first VC I've ever had in chat. Good chatting with you, Top Hat. Alrighty, chat. So, let me see here what other fuckery I need to get done. The biggest thing, I need to hide my, let's see, let me check on, because I don't know who is online currently to raid, so let me do some fuckery on my end behind the scenes, get that figured out. Let's see. Gonna mute. No, we don't need that. Do this. Okay, and then I go down here. Give me a sec, chat. What? No one I watch is streaming currently? How is that possible? How is that possible? I could attempt to raid this individual, but I don't think I think their raid things will prevent me from doing that. So what even is raiding? Okay, so raiding is you take your viewers, so when one streamer stops streaming, instead of just leaving the viewers to go fuck themselves, they'll sort of raid into somebody else, and those viewers will then be sent to another person's stream, so then they'll have something else to watch. Yeah. It's like a little, and plus too, for like the really big streamers, it's a way to give their viewers to someone else, which could end up even have, yeah, yeah, let's see. Actually, fuck it. Why don't we try rating Skew-chan? Let's see. Slash raid. Skew-chan. Probably won't be able to rate. So really big tubers, sometimes you won't be able to rate them because a lot of times they don't want to get bombarded with like infinite raids. So sometimes you're not guaranteed to be able to raid somebody. That's just sort of how it goes. Double checking. Okay. Hey, we're actually going to be able to raid Skew-chan. Excellent. Alright, chat. Behave yourselves, don't be assholes. You all have been watching the ETIKA Raider. I'll see you all again tomorrow. And as ETIKA would say, have yourselves a damn good one. Bye-bye!
Okay. I'm not saying I wanna, listen, I'm not saying I wanna eat it, okay? I'm just saying that your body chemistry is actually fucking impressive, okay? That's all I'm saying. Like, you do